Welcome, everybody. It is Crypto Moose, and it's time to get loose. Mitchell Bouchard, your crypto and NFT investor. So what we're going to do on this episode is talk a little bit about ADA Cardano. We're going to give you guys a little bit of price updates. So right now we are Saturday, March 15th of 2025, and the Moose is starting to feel a little loose right now. So we're getting excited for the mega crypto pump. So I thought it was going to happen earlier or sooner than later, but I guess we're not seeing that. So Bitcoin is not performing as well as I thought it would, especially with the news of the U.S. crypto reserve. But at the end of the day, it comes down to Bitcoin. But this is fine. And one thing I want to mention is when you begin to see this type of volatility, especially throughout the week. So right here, you're seeing massive swings up and down. I like that. So if you were to compare that to earlier where it's quite stagnant, that's kind of when the market's at a lull. People are like, they're somewhat neutral in the market, right? But I like to see this volatility because it's either going to have massive upside or downside movement. And of course, guys, we are post-halving. We have so much going on in the crypto world that I think is positive, and it's just scarce. Bitcoin is very scarce right now. So I believe the next 4 to 5 years are going to be beneficial if you're holding crypto compared to not. So guys, keep in mind, nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice. You're listening to a Moose. But also comment down below, what are your thoughts and opinions? Do you think the Moose is too loose and he's wrong and he doesn't know what he's talking about, or is he onto something? So let's get into the rainbow chart. So we will talk about Cardano, but it's important to look at the leader in Bitcoin, right? So if we take a look here, we have not gotten into this red zone. So I believe we're at least going to top, where we did before, if not more. Everybody knows what Bitcoin is. So this is the old chart. So on the old chart, we're very low right now. So yes, we're at all-time highs relative to before. Like Bitcoin's at 84,000. That's a pretty egregious number, but it's not going to be as egregious as what I'm going to say in this video as well. So if we take a look here and we zoom out, past cycles, we typically hit the red zone, okay? And that's a good time to sell, okay? So that's bubble territory. Right now, we're still in massive fear. So if we go, I haven't looked at the index in a little bit, but I feel like people are fearful. There we go. So we're maybe at the top of fear. We could be even lower, but we're definitely not in the greed zone. So guys, right now, it feels like Bitcoin isn't going to move. Nothing good is happening. That's when you want to accumulate. So I've not sold anything. I do not believe that it is time to sell Bitcoin. We are going to see the US buying Bitcoin and other assets like Solana they announced, XRP, etc. I think there is massive potential upside. So let's take a look here. Right now, we are, the third month? So January, February, March, April, May. I don't know. I mean, it's going to take some time. But if you look at past cycles, you've got this sideways momentum. And we're going towards the top. We're not crashing anytime soon. Okay, Bitcoin is scarce. I believe we're still going to see $250,000 to $400,000 Bitcoin. And the more this gets delayed, I think the more upswing we're going to have. So if we still tread sideways, go a little bit lower, we're going to see a massive run in Bitcoin. Okay, so when that happens, the alts will go nuts. Okay, so Cardano had a huge peak, and I should have took some profits on there, but that's okay. Guys, Cardano went from, 33 cents to over $1, went down to 64 cents, had this massive peak here, and that was by the news of the ETF. Okay, so Grayscale filed for an ETF. And if we look at the news here, so shocking delay, SEC postpones decision on Grayscale's Cardano ETF. So what's next? So I knew this could probably happen. They're going to be taking their time with this. But guys, a Cardano ETF is going to happen. And, maybe there's other stuff working on in the background. Remember with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin's ETF launched, there was like 12 that launched with it. So these things have to work in tandem with one another. So while a Cardano ETF gets approved, it's likely that other ETFs will be approved along with it, which is a big catalyst. I think that's going to be a big deal. But the fact that the SEC has acknowledged ADA, I believe it's acknowledged that it's also decentralized. This is massive. So Cardano, a decentralized smart contract blockchain, it has a lot of potential. So you have smart contracts that we did not have last cycle when we peaked to these high numbers, okay? So this was a top, definitely overbought. It was a good time to sell then, but we have that news. So BTC has not peaked yet. We're post ETFs with that. BTC reserves are coming. We have President acknowledging that. ADA ETF delayed. We have Midnight. We have smart contracts. We have ADA crypto reserve. So all these things are happening, and I don't think the price has reflected that at all. So we're going to have to wait for Bitcoin to have another pump. But again, I would have your bags packed. I would be ready because we're going to see a crazy ADA flight. Guys, comment down below if you agree or not. Also, subscribe. I have tons of videos. I just interviewed Ian Kane. So he's head of partnerships at the Midnight Network. So he talks about Midnight. And guys, there's so much news going on around cryptos and NFTs. Also, guys, use the link tree. If you are not protecting your crypto, start now. Please start now. Use code Moose. Save 10% off any crypto wallet on Tangem. So any Tangem wallet. And you could also pick up the Tangem ring. I'm wearing mine right now. I love this thing. It's fantastic. So guys, please use cold storage. I don't care what wallet you picked up or pick up. It's whatever one that you want, that you like. We have ledgers. Ledgers are beautiful wallets, guys. I use them all the time. Ledger Flex is sexy. So if maybe you're walking around campus or something, you definitely want to pick up something like that. There's also the Trezors, which I adore. My Trezor Model T is still one of my most used wallets. Now you'd probably want to look at the Trezor Safe 5. So guys, use the links. It's going to save you money. We also have online courses. So take those. But guys, comment down below. What price do you think ADA will get to? I definitely see us hitting between $8 to $10 by summer. And if anything, that's probably going to be a low point. So yeah, with that being said, the moose is loose. We'll see you in the next one.